What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Lifeline Show. I am Richard Chicago, and I'm joined by our expert, Jerry Baller. What up, man? How's it going?
What's up, brother? Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you really well. I saw you.
You sound like Boba Fett.
What's up?
You sound like Boba Fett from Star Wars.
Not good.
I'll make sure it's not me. No, I'm good, man. Unfortunately, I'm out of the old fantasy playoffs here. Had a rough week. I was, had the lovely opportunity to go up against a guy that had Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry, and David Montgomery. So he finally just decided to do something for the Bears and just ran wild on my ran wild. So I'm out, but we're back here today, guys. I want to discuss a couple things regarding some love hate I got for a couple players. Quick run through the positions, and then this will be the last show of 2020, and more awesome things to come here in 2020 or 2021. Ugh.
Yeah. Before we start that, though, the Fantasy Football Lifetime Show is presented by PointsBet, America's fastest growing online bookmaker. So it's a traditional bookmaker that gives you more rewards and markets. So let me find a little thing real quick for this. There we go. So basically, you must be 21 plus to do it. It's only available in Illinois, New Jersey, and Iowa, but we're rolling out Indiana and Michigan at 2021. So really excited to do it. Make sure you go download PointsBet at the iOS App Store, Google Play Store today. Enter promo code Lifeline, and PointsBet will match you up to $250 on your first deposit. So it's a tier deposit. If you deposit 50, they'll give you 150. If you deposit 150, they'll give you 300. But if you deposit 250, they'll give you $500. So it's a really fun app. There's a bunch of different types of bets on there. So check it out. Board with prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800 Gambler for crisis counseling and referral services. All right, I'll kick it over to you.
I know we got the PointsBet. How you doing on the PointsBet? How's it going for you?
Good. So the other day I did like the over on this one game, and it's a multiplier. So like every point it went up, it multiplied by that. I got 4.5x times like the over. So like it was pretty sick, dude. I won $300. It was pretty sick.
I was watching the Cowboys game, and they were getting 4 points, and we're getting 4 points. And we're up by 14, going to the second, going to the second quarter. I was like, now that's one of those, you want to just see that score go up. And then you got to think of the Jets. With the Jets were getting 17, and they ended up, winning by 3. Whoo, that'd have been a fun one to ride along with. But
yeah.
Wild, so we'll, likely what we've been talking about is doing something for week 1 of the NFL playoffs, tying in some props. And some props, some of this PointsBet stuff we want to get out there. Mainly just how to have fun watching football. So on all day Saturday, on all day Sunday, it's my favorite time of year. Those first 2 weeks of the playoffs. Now we have more games because there's 2 more teams in it, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I like how it's shaping up. From some of these teams, how some of these teams are playing. We might get to see the Browns in the playoffs for the first time. So we'll be back right before week 1 of the NFL playoffs. So yeah, you'll see more from us on that. But no, coming into this week, there was I wish I could have had my crystal ball, saw this coming with Jalen Hurts. It's guy was a rock star. I don't know what he was doing in practice. I don't know what the coach thought or who was making those decisions, but if that guy's been showing up every day playing like that in practice, and it took them this long to trot him out there, man, that's too bad for the organization. So, guy I absolutely love this week, Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to get into a shootout with the Red Rider there in Dallas. This is actually looking like it could be Dallas has got playoffs potentially with old Dwayne Haskins going to the strip club. Looks like they're going to be on their 3rd string quarterback here for potentially 2 weeks there in Washington. So I think Jalen Hurts, I'm slipping into my lineup. I'm top 7. That Dallas secondary has been pretty weak. They've not been great against the run, the running quarterbacks. You saw what Lamar Jackson did to him, 3-4 weeks ago. I think it was week 13. So hey, I love Jalen Hurts against that Dallas Cowboy defense this week. A couple guys that have been hot that I want you to pump the brakes on. Russ Wilson. I love Russell Wilson. He's definitely got you here, gotten you to the championship game. I know I say start your studs, play your best players, but he's playing against the number one pass defense in football. The Rams, it's the game that matters in that division. I just don't see it being an offensive, firework game. So if you don't have any other options, I'm starting Russ all day with confidence that he's going to get me what I need, the 20 points I need. But the floor is a little scary. I think that he could be in for 1 to 2 touchdown week, low yardage. And hey, if he's all you got to play him. He's still top 8 probably, but if you got another option out there that's up there, don't be afraid to slide him in. Another guy that's been white hot is Baker Mayfield. He's gotten some people to this point, help them make the playoffs. He's going into New York to face the Jets. I know when you look at it, the Jets are I think 31 or 32 against the pass on offense, but we know that the Browns are not a passing offense. Again, we saw this in week 2 against the Cowboys. They did light up the scoreboard, through the air. However, I see them keeping this on the ground a little bit more. They're, again, the Jets playing a little bit better. Now that turf, it's a little scary. So I see them playing a more conservative game, going to the playoffs, getting some rest. They're not going to, go out there and give up and lose, but I see them trying to play their kind of football. So again, if you were playing Baker, you got a better option. He's going into New York Jets. It's a great matchup for him, but I fear that he's not going to be putting up the points that you expect with what that team's been able to do on offense and on defense. That defense, man, they could score 2 touchdowns and it's a different ballgame. They're not going to trot Baker Mayfield out there in the fourth quarter for something like that. So beyond that, jump into the running backs. It looks like Ronald Jones is not going to be back again here in week 16. So all those, if you somehow were able to either add Fournette last week or the people that held on to Fournette, myself included, he was on my bench last week, would have been very helpful. But hey, he hasn't done anything all year. But you saw what he's capable of. 2 touchdowns. I think he had 40-some yards. The matchup's a little bit better this week. I do see him, getting more yards on the ground, getting more involved in that offense with a whole week of practice. And I think they're going to, if you look at the championships that Tom Brady won, the big man came in the back end of the season, LeGarrette Blount, and he just took over and he ran, they rode him into the playoffs. So I could see something like that happening to Fournette. The guy's got fresh legs. He's going to be fresher than anybody he plays against. They're going to pound Fournette early and often, and they're going to try to build up, that play action, against the defense that gets set up. That's when Tom Brady's at his best. So I do love Fournette this week. Another guy I love, Jeff Wilson. Raheem Mostert was sent to the IR. We've talked about both these guys, all year. It's Jeff Wilson's job. He gets all the touches. Going this week, he's a top 10 running back. That's a run-first offense. I know they're out. They're on their third-string running back or third-string quarterback. But Beathard has played. He's won football games in the league. He's easily the best third-stringer. He would be a backup on most teams. I'm not too worried about the ability for the 49ers to move the ball, and I really like Jeff Wilson. Also love Salvon Ahmed. They're in Miami. That's a football team built like old school Patriots teams. Ahmed's been proven to get in the end zone, proven to get to the yards. I think he rushed for 100 yards last Sunday. I believe his grandma had passed and he told her he'd do it for something like that. But it was an awesome to see another a Dolphin break 100 yards. It's been a while. On the backside of that, a couple of guys I'm not too hot on. Zeke, I think Zeke might be the second fiddle there in Dallas. Tony Pollard came in and looked excellent against that the defense last week. Had a couple of touchdowns, was able to break away. 49ers, I think they were like the 6th. It's a decent run defense. So I think Tony Pollard stays hot. I don't know how hurt Zeke is. If they both play, I think if both guys are active. I don't know if I feel comfortable starting either one. I'm going to need to see one or the other. If Zeke is out, Pollard's 100% starting in my lineup. And then another guy, Chris Carson, same situation as Russ Wilson. They're going into Los Angeles. That's a stout defense. If you have other options out there, hey, take a shot. I'm not afraid to move Carson out and put someone like David Johnson in. David Johnson's coming off a great week, has another good matchup. As we see, the Texans are going to have to score points. So not a guy I hate. So jumping to wide receivers here. We never, each week, we never know what we're going to see out of Julio Jones. Looks like we're on that again. Question marks all around. If you get a chance, I recommend to go out there and add Russell Gage. I'm comfortable if Julio's playing, I'm starting him one. If Julio's not starting and Russell Gage is starting, I'm comfortable with playing Julio, playing Russell Gage in his spot. The guy's, touchdowns back-to-back weeks. He's getting the targets. Again, the Falcons are going to have to put the ball in the air to win the game. A couple guys I love, Brandon Ayuk, with Debo not looking like he's going to play again. Ayuk's that wide receiver you want to own in San Francisco. And I'm moving into my top 10. I'm starting him no matter what. They're going to feed him the ball even more now that Raheem Mostert's out. He's going to get some of those long stretch plays. Marvin Jones has been a target monster the last 3 weeks. Keep him in your lineup, guys. Cooper Kupp going against the Seahawks. They are bad against the pass, even worse against the slot receivers. Cooper Kupp plays that spot better than anybody in the league. I'm keeping Kupp rolling. And then a sneaky play, Marquise Brown. The Ravens have been opening it up and through the air a little bit more than they had earlier in the season. Starting to see what this playoff playbook could look like. Marquise Brown has 20% of the yards through the air for the Baltimore Ravens. He leads the NFL, maybe only second to Terry McLaurin. So he's getting the highest percentage of yardage through the air from any team. So if they start to throw the ball more, you're going to see his numbers increase as well. And I think they're going to need to throw the ball a little bit more because, again, we know they can run the football, but if they want to win the Super Bowl, if they want to beat the Chiefs, they're going to have to put the ball in the air. So a couple guys I'm a little low on. Robbie Anderson, he's not been that stud that we needed to see. I honestly think he's not as good without DJ Moore on the field with them. And then Terry McLaurin, I mentioned a little earlier. We got our boy Dwayne Haskins was caught at the strip club, and it looks as if he's going to be ruled inactive this week. I don't even know who the third-string quarterback there in Washington is, but it's not going to be good. McLaurin is a great receiver, but if you have other options, I'm looking that way. And then to wrap up with tight ends, potentially could see the return of George Kittle. I don't know why he would come back, but the guy's tough. He was bound and determined. He's in the window. Keep an eye on that. Jasicki's also been limited all week. He could be back. If either of those guys are back, they're in my lineup. Kittle could win your league. Gesicki was hot. He's the number one target there for Tua. And then a guy, some stats I came across today. Logan Thomas has 91.9 fantasy points since week 9. That trails only Darren Waller in Las Vegas. And if you've had to play against Waller, he's been an absolute monster. And Travis Kelce, who's basically a number one wide receiver, that we get to slide in that tight end spot. So if you have Logan Thomas, I see him staying hot. Keep him in the lineup. And yeah, I wish you all the best of luck in your championships this week. And can't wait to see you back here for the playoff, our little playoff special. If you're not back, I look forward to seeing you all back in 2021.
Awesome. Can't wait, guys. All right. See you guys next year, probably, right?
At this point, we're kind of close. We got 8 days.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, guys. Have a good one.
We'll see you later, buddy.